Hello, welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how you can install the Microsoft Office Professional Plus 2024 version. As you can see, I've just did. All the resources you need is contained in the video description. And I want to tell you that for you to install this particular Office, you will need to uninstall the older version of Office that you may have. So to do that, just go to your search bar and search for Control Panel. Just click on Control Panel and then you click on Uninstall a program and then look for the program you want to uninstall. For example, you want to uninstall the older version of Office, just look for it and click on it and then you click on Uninstall and then it will be uninstalled from your computer. So let's go. Join me as we install the latest Office from Microsoft. Thank you. All right, welcome back. So let's just go ahead. We simply go to our browser and search for Office Deployment Tools, and then we click on the first link that appears, and then you can see we have the Office Development Tool, and then we simply have to click on the download button, and then we wait for it to download. And as you can see that the file has been downloaded, I'm going to grab this file and then I will simply take it to my desktop, and then I have it to my desktop. And since I have it to my desktop, I'm going to create a new folder for it, and I will say new, and then I will say folder, and then I will name it as Office 2024. And then since I have that, I'm going to right click on this, and then I will run it as administrator. I'm going to run it as administrator, and I'm going to say yes, okay, and then I'll simply accept the licensing agreement, the terms and conditions, and then I'll click on continue, and then I'll locate my desktop and then search for the folder I've created, Office 2024, and then I'll click on OK, and then the file has been extracted successfully. I'll click on OK, and then I'll simply go to that particular folder, and then we have the setup and this. So I will only need the setup. So what I will do about the configuration is that I'm going to delete the configuration. I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to delete it, and then we have that. So we now have the setup. Now let's go back to our browser, and then let's go back to our browser, and then I'll open a new tab and search for deploy Office 2024, and then I'm going to click on this link, the first one that appears, and then I will simply scroll down and then come to where we have create the configuration XML file. So I'm going to click on that, this particular one I'm talking about. So this is the one that we need, and then I'm going to click on that, and then that should take me to this page, the bottom of the page, where we have the Office Customization Tool OCT. So I'll click on the Office Customization Tool OCT, and then this should open up for me where I can do my customization. Now, our system architecture, you need to check your system architecture, whether it's 32-bit or 64-bit. So for me, in order for you to do that, you can just press on your Window plus I, and then we have this. Go to System, click on System, and then scroll down, and then click on About. Just want to check to be sure, and then you have this. So this is where you get your system type. So this is the one I'm talking about, and you see that my system is 64-bit operating system. So we simply go back to our browser, and then I'll select 64-bit, and then the product, I'm going to select Office Professional Plus 2024, and then all others I should leave it the way they are. We have the latest, and then for the app, simply have to select the one that you need. If there are apps that you don't use, you can just toggle them off. For example, I don't need OneDrive desktop, I will need asset and all of that, so I'm going to leave the rest. But if there are apps that you don't need, for example like OneNote or Outlook or Publisher, you can simply turn them off. But for me, I need the Outlook. I use Outlook, Publisher, yeah, and then I will also turn it on. So these are apps that I want to select, and then you should know that the more you select, the more it takes time, and then the more uh, uh, internet data that you consume. So if there are apps that you don't need, you can simply toggle them off. So for me, I've selected all of these, and then I'll click on next. For language, I'm going to select English United States. Let me check if I can. Oh, where is it? English United States. Yeah, English United States. I'm going to select this. I'll click on next. For installation, just leave them as they are. Don't touch anything. Click on next, and all of these. Now I want to toggle this off. I don't need all of that. And then I want to click on next. Then for licensing and all of that, just leave them as they are. Click on next. Just click on next until you come to finish, and then we scroll down, and then we have it finished. So I'm going to click on finish. Then I'll wait for it for a while, deployment 2, and then after clicking on finish, I'm going to click on export. I'll click on export for this. So I'm going to click on export, and then when this box appears, I'm going to choose Office Open XML format. So this is the format that you should choose. Then I'll click on OK. Then I'll simply accept the terms in the licensing agreement and make sure that I leave this as a configuration. Then I will export, and then we can see that the file has been exported. So what I will do is that I will grab it once again. And then I'll close this. I want to close this, so I'll grab it, the file, downloaded file. I'll grab it and take it to the folder which I have created. Then I'll simply drop it in that particular folder. And then I'm going to open that folder. So we now have the configuration and the setup. These are the two that we need. So that we have the configuration and the setup, the next thing for us to do is that we'll come to our search bar, and then we type cmd and run it as administrator. Simply run it as administrator, and then we come to our folder, this folder which we have created, and then we simply click on the part, this part, and then we copy, and then we go back to our command prompt and type cd, leave it a space, and then we paste the part which we have copied from our part. We paste this part in our folder, and then we press on enter. And then the next thing for us to do is for us to go to the Microsoft Office where we have our download, and then let me just go back a bit, and then we come here, we simply scroll down, customizations tool, and then we look for this command that says setup.configure space configuration.xml. So we copy this code and we'll go back to our office, and then we paste, and then we hit on enter, and then that should fire up the Microsoft, the downloading process of all the app which we have selected. As you can see, depending on the speed of your internet, it should take some time. Depending on the speed of your internet and the number of apps which you have selected that you want to download, that should, so we simply wait for it to load. So as you can see, the installation has been completed. We are all set, and then we close this. We close the command prompt, and then I want to close this. Let me launch Excel and see what we have. Thank you very much.